A concerned citizen actually captured this incident with her cell phone. At one point tonight, Merle, these steel barricades were used to block traffic going both ways across this intersection. Even we talked to today, told us that she was opening her car door when one of the teenagers actually grabbed her and attacked her. The Confederate veterans were here to voice their opposition in the removing of these cannons and other historical markers in this park. Even when you do the Google search here, you see they have 2 locations in Memphis, Tennessee. Information about this shooting involving a 32-year-old woman is still slowly coming in from the Memphis Police Department. A homeowner was here at the home when the fire started. Firefighters are still here on the scene, and as you can see, there are plenty hot spots that still remain here at this gas station.
Police say there were a lot of people out there, so we have 3 shot, but more could have been caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, Val, and this is the basketball court where it all went down last night. A lot of people say they were playing basketball. And take a look. I want to show you how hectic this scene probably got. One person even left their iPhone. Well, we arrived here just about 20 minutes ago, and as soon as we arrived, we saw a big commotion in the middle of Elvis Presley here, right there at Gill Avenue. That is the street Memphis police officers shot Martavius Banks Monday. Now, just a few minutes ago, less than 8 minutes ago, it was about 3 dozen Memphis police cars that came here on Elvis Presley. Those police officers got out of the car, and there were still protesters in the middle of Elvis Presley, actually right there at this intersection of Gill and Elvis Presley. And they literally told these protesters, look, you got 5 seconds to get out of the middle of the street. And Daryl, a hospital spokesperson, told me over the phone earlier today they are not answering any specific questions about this incident. This family, however, says they need answers because they don't understand how something so bizarre could happen inside of a hospital. This family told me they received a call from St. Francis Hospital Wednesday night about Memphis police investigating a sex crime involving their deceased loved one.
I got a real problem with the people in charge.
James Parham Sr. says his daughter, 37-year-old April Parham, died Wednesday morning at St. Francis Hospital. Late Wednesday night, police arrested former St. Francis Hospital security guard Cameron Wright for having sexual intercourse with April's corpse. According to an arrest affidavit, at least 2 people, including other security guards, witnessed Wright with the woman's corpse.
We got problems with her death as it is, but to have this to go on after that.
April's brother, James Parham Jr., told me April taught kindergarten at Hickory Ridge Elementary.
We're going to get some answers, though, you know, and we're going to do what we can to make sure this doesn't happen again.
The arrest affidavit states the hospital put Parham's body in a body storage area where they were preparing to remove organs after she died. James Jr. says his sister is a registered organ donor. Attorney Murray Wells says Parham's family has every right to hold the hospital and security company responsible.
The liability on behalf of the hospital and the security company is going to be more strict than that. Saying we did a good background check doesn't absolve them of allowing this situation.
Cameron Wright is charged with abuse of a corpse.
What we need is some answers. We need some concrete answers and somebody held accountable.
This man you see right here asked to use their phone and then asked for them to take him somewhere, but moments later he was running for his dear life because he found out that he wasn't the only one carrying a gun.
I don't know what's wrong with the world nowadays.
This man who asked we protect his identity says his niece took his gun and scared off a bold criminal.
She's bold. She ain't scared of nothing.
Take a look at the man in the light blue jacket. His right hand is in his waistband as he stands behind the victim's nephew. The victim says the man's hand was on a gun.
People are so bold nowadays, just broad daylight on a Sunday come up to you and try robbing you.
Memphis police say Sunday afternoon the man in the blue jacket came to this Whitehaven home and asked to use one of the victim's phones and then asked for a ride. The man says his niece and her husband in this video were visiting from Florida. While the incident was unfolding outside of the house, the man says he and his niece were inside of the house. Police say after the woman saw her husband in trouble, she came out of the front door with a gun.
She told me, said she didn't want to kill him, but when he fired back at us, she fired a warning shot. And when he fired back at us, she said that she was trying to hit him then, but she didn't.
Memphis police told Fox 13 the gunman ran toward the back of the house before getting away. The victim says he hopes police can catch this guy before someone is seriously hurt.
Thank the good Lord that he was watching out for all of us.
It was much respect and honor given to an icon, a natural woman, and a queen. Singer Angela Atkinson says the death of Aretha Franklin is hard to accept right now.
There's a hole now, you know? Like you said, we do have her music still, but knowing that she's not physically here anymore, there's a hole.
Thursday night, several bands on Beale Street started their performances with Aretha Franklin hits. Solomon McDaniel is the band leader for the King Bees. McDaniel says Franklin contributed to his career in many ways.
I'm just glad to be alive and be able to play some of her songs.
McDaniel says when he started playing music, he appreciated the soulful sound Aretha brought to the piano.
Singing the song.
And when I started playing, you had to learn how to play. There's a lot of cheating going on now.
Atkinson and McDaniel say now that Franklin is gone, they can only give their audience an idea of what seeing the Queen live is like.
Everybody dreams of one day seeing her live or hearing her live or getting to speak to her and tell her how much of an impact she's had on their lives, but now that opportunity is gone.